What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sergeant Mello, and today I'm coming to you with a new video that speaks about 5 of Mello's laws. Now, Mello's laws are laws that I created over time, right? Laws that I created for myself and things that I've lived by for a very long time, right? So, there are things that I choose to live by, standards that I choose to live by, and things that I choose to avoid so that I may stay intact with myself and stay intact with the character that I've built today. And obviously, you still grow as a person, right? You still grow as a person, and you know that obviously the journey ain't over yet. So, over time, you still have to keep going, and keep building, right? So, these are the 5 laws that I've come up with as of now, right? And number one being find advantages in your disadvantages, right? So, finding advantages and disadvantages often involves a shift in perspective. Look for opportunities to learn, grow, and you learn, grow, or innovate from challenges, right? So that means find a way to find the positive in the negative is basically what advantages and disadvantages mean, right? So I'll give you an example. When I was in hospital, right, I would sit there, obviously, just sit, watch TV, and eat, sleep, eat, watch TV. That was my entire routine for the entire day. So I thought to myself, instead of taking it as, oh shoot, I'm in hospital, why not find something that you could actually do whilst you're in hospital, right? Now you're alone and you're able to focus on more things, right? So I thought to myself, okay, so what am I not doing often, right? I thought to myself, okay, so I haven't been reading my Bible often. Okay, good. Now that I'm alone, now that I have no disturbances, and keep in mind I was offline for like 15 days. So like offline, when I mean offline, I don't mean like apps, bro. I mean like off, like Wi-Fi and everything. I was offline for 15 days, and I chose, you know what, instead of just sitting around sleeping, eating, I chose to be like, you know what, I might as well find something that I can do right in that certain time. So I chose to be like, you know what, let me pray more, let me read my Bible more, right? Okay, so I know maybe some of you don't really like this topic, okay, but it's something that's being talked about as of now, and it's something that I'm trying to give you and explain to you, that you don't always have to sit around and do nothing. Find advantages in your disadvantages. My disadvantage was I was in hospital, meaning there was not much to do. My advantage was is that I was in hospital and there was nothing much to do. Therefore, I was able to focus more on my Bible reading and praying. So that really helped me out a lot, and that's a story for another day. The hospital thing, I'll get to you and I'll give it out on YouTube. But as of now, I'm just trying to give you these laws so that you'll be able to, abide by them. And number 2, don't waste your energy on things you can't control. So, focusing on what you can't control can kill you a lot, because you'd be wasting energy on something that is unreliable, right? You know you have no control over that situation, and for you to actually act upon something that cannot be fixed by you at the end of the day, it's something that could really drain you, and you'd be mentally drained, physically drained, and at the end of the day you would be unable to go forth with the task that you've actually set for yourself, right? So you'd set that goal for yourself, and when you don't put your energy to the right thing, when you don't put your energy into the right thing, as in like your goals that you set for the day, things that you want to complete, then obviously you're going to find it hard to perform those tasks, because now you've wasted energy on something that is irrelevant, right? I'm gonna give you an example. So whilst I was in, it was exam time at school, right? It was exam time, and I don't know, I think most of us suffer with this, and really they sent us a place where we should go, right? They gave us our venues on where we're writing our exams, right? And everyone, grade 10s, most of them were actually writing the subject. So they would all go to the same venues, running around. And really, that would waste a lot of energy. And my friend asked me, why is it that you're not running around with us trying to look for a venue? And what happened was, how I responded to that was, it's because if I waste energy trying to look for a class and I know all of them are full, then by the time I want to go to a class, right, and I'm starting to write the exam, I would be exhausted and really I would be flattened out. So rather save your energy for a proper time. And he thought, okay, let's see if you're right or if you're wrong. And from that point, right, all the classes were full, but at the end of everything, they found us a class and we were able to write and finish those exams, right? So I know it's kind of weird trying to talk about school as of now, but that's one of the ways that you could actually save yourself from mental strain and physical strain. Stop stressing yourself over situations you can't control, right? It makes it harder for you and the people around you, because then your mood changes. When your mood changes, it basically stirs up something different, and then you don't feel the same, and then you start acting badly to other people, and then that just changes the way they look at you. So just understand that, take it down a notch, right? Another example would be when Andrew Tate was speaking about Bruce Lee, right? Bruce Lee was in a mansion and he was about to go fight, right? But then he got trapped, right? All the doors around him surrounded him quickly. They shut the first door, the second door, and the third door, right? So when they shut those doors, Bruce Lee, instead of fighting and trying to beat his way out of the place, he decided, you know what? I'm gonna sit down, chill, save my energy for a better time, for the better fight. Because I know if I waste my energy on trying to break doors that will not be opened, he knows eventually that they're going to be opened, because obviously those people want to kill him, right? Subject for another time, right? But they're after him and he knows that they're after him, so the doors are going to be opened. So instead of fighting those doors, he decided, you know what, let me sit down and let me chill, okay? And he saved his energy. And yeah, it's Bruce Lee. At that point, you know what's going down. Okay, number 3 would be, your fears can either fuel you or break you, right? So this is something that I got from Andrew Tate and a lot of influencers, right? Now, I know some influencers can be either frauds or just looking for views, money, and all that, right? But the people that I keep my eye on mostly, I tend to check their background and where they're coming from before I actually get the information. Now, when they speak about fear, they speak in a way as so much to say that fear is fuel for them, right? Let me say, as in, Andrew Tate said something about fear is something that could fuel you, right? Now, what do I mean by this? I know I've been going on. Fear can be something that fuels you. So that fuel, you fear that, this is in what he said or what he typed, right? He said, you fear that you're not going to become something great in life, right? And most of the time when you fear something, you tend to do something that makes you avoid that fear, right? So if your fear is not making it in life, you're obviously going to put in the hours, you're obviously going to put in time, days, money into becoming the best version of yourself, getting money, getting steady in your life, becoming wealthy, becoming a proper man, right? Having principles, having goals. And you know that your fear is, I don't want to lose, right? There's a lot of people with the I don't want to lose mentality, but they don't work on themselves. Even though they say that they are afraid of losing, it makes no sense at all. So you'd say to yourself that you don't want to lose, but at the end of the day, you haven't worked on anything that would guarantee that you're going to win at the end of the day. So Andrew said you should use your fears as fuel, right? So I just gave you two examples. There was one who feared but decided to act upon it and became wealthy. Then there's someone else that feared but decided not to act upon it, but instead now is still fearing, and at the end of the day it's not guaranteed whether or not he's going to be able to beat that circumstance that he fears. So now he's conflicted, and yeah, just generally he's not in a good place, because now he knows that, okay, no, this is not it for me, right? This is not going good as of now. So what I need you to do is turn your fears into fuel, right? Anything that you fear coming towards your goals, okay? Maybe you all have fears of spiders or fears of like birds, because there are girls that really that are afraid of birds and spiders. But at that point, I don't know how you could fuel yourself with that type of thing, so I'm gonna leave it there. But I'm mainly speaking to those that have goals, right? If you fear that you can't really reach those goals, then try working towards those goals, right? When you work towards those goals, it makes it easier for you to actually run away from that fear, right? So everyone has a fear. I don't care who you are, I don't care where you come from, you have a certain fear, whether it be not succeeding, losing your family. Everyone has a fear, right? Everyone has a fear. And so long as you have a fear, it could fuel you or break you down. That's what you need to understand. It could fuel you or break you down. That's one thing you need to understand. And then this is the next of Mello's laws. Number 4 is your strength inspires those around you, right? So I need to emphasize this as I'm speaking, that when I'm speaking about your goals, right, what I'm speaking about basically is things that you've planned out for yourself, right? And maybe let's say you've announced to the world that, you know what, I want to become this when I'm older, I want to become that when I'm older. All of us had that dream of becoming a firefighter or a policeman, and that quickly changed over time, but it's okay, we still have goals. That's the main important thing of all of this. Actually, living a life without goals is it's unfathomable. I don't know what to say. Living a life without goals makes it harder for you to live life, because you'd be moving in a direction that has no end point. So your strength inspires those around you, meaning when you are working towards your goals, right, whether it be your parents, your friends, and even those that are rooting against you, they are watching, right? They are watching, and they know that, okay, this guy has set a certain goal for himself. Now, when that goal isn't being worked on, they tend to see, okay, you know what, maybe he wasn't cut out for it, right? And that's the first thought that comes to their mind when you start giving up on your goals, is that maybe he wasn't cut out for it, right? But truth is that you didn't work hard enough, right? So I know there are circumstances where you could be at a disadvantage, right? But as I said the first time, try finding an advantage in that disadvantage, okay? So maybe you don't have to change the goal, but you do have to change the plan, right? Your goal is, let's say your goal is becoming a soccer player, right? Something like that. Then you would decide to actually, okay, you know what, let me go to this trial and get scouted, right? Then there are over 100 players and they want 10, so that is what, 10%? Yes, they only want 10% of the 100 people that are there, right? And you see that there's a chance you could make it, but you didn't make it. So don't think of it as like, okay, it's something bad that happened to me, or you know what, I performed my best but they picked these guys. Okay, you see that, right? But your advantage in that disadvantage is that, okay, you know you're a very good player, right? Your advantage would be, you know what, I know that there's gonna be trials again next year, right? I know it hurts, I've been there before, and like, it really hurts to not be picked, but Work on that, let it fuel you, right? That should be another point. You see, going back to the previous points, they all connect with each other, right? So you think to yourself, okay, I fear the fact that I'm not going to be able to make it again. So what are you going to do? Act upon that goal, right? And when you act upon that goal, you tend to get stronger. Maybe there was something that they didn't like, and you ask them why, what didn't you like? Then you work on it, come again next year, you get picked. All right, that's how it's supposed to work. When you work on yourself, it doesn't go unnoticed. Whether it be your enemies, especially your enemies, because they're waiting for you to fall. They're waiting for you to break down. They're waiting for you to get depressed so that you stop working on the goal. And really, when you do that, you become more fragile, yeah, because now you know that you have a goal and there's people watching you. So it makes it harder for you to work, because now you're living up to a standard. They've set a standard for you already, unfortunately. They've set a standard for you, and if you are unable to actually reach that standard, they already put you below, because you've said something and you're unable to actually work upon it. So it's something that would break you as much as it would break the people that are actually rooting for you and fuel those that actually want you to fall. So understand that in that time, in that place, you have to know that whatever you're doing, people are watching, right? People are watching, and don't do it for them, right? Obviously, you know that they're watching. Don't do it for them, but do it for you, because you know that at the end of the day, the person that is going to be most disappointed is you. So that's one thing you need to understand. And the last of Mello's laws, is without sacrifice, there can be no victory. So I'm a chess player, right? I've watched a lot of chess matches over time. I've played a lot of chess matches, and you have to understand that you can't win a game with every single piece on the board, right? You can't play a match of chess and win with every single piece on the board. At least one of the pieces has to go. The board will be too full, it will be chaotic. Because at the end of the day, the kings are the ones that are fighting. The people around them are important, right? The people around them are important, but you have to understand that at the end of the day, there's a certain goal that has to be reached. And when that goal is reached, it was because certain sacrifices were made and certain people were cut off. Let me give you an example. So let's say you have a friend, right? Let's say you have a friend, and that friend is someone who is really negative. Like, no matter how good you could prove that situation could be, and they choose to see the negative in it, right? Now, you look at that friend, right? You love him with all your heart, right? You love your friends, obviously. That's what the Bible says, love your friends and love your enemies. So you love that friend and you care for each other really dearly. But their actions don't align with what you want to do. They don't align with who you want to become. And at the end of the day, it's not going to kill them, it's going to kill you. Because all that negative energy is I don't even know what to say at this point. All that negative energy is just colliding and it's coming into your life, right? He's bringing negativity, he or she is bringing negativity, and you're thinking, why can't this person ever be happy for me or the things that I'm trying to bring in, right? And you're trying to help them, become a better person and so forth, right? But if they can see that, oh no, not them, if you can see that this person is hopeless, this hopeless to try and help him, right? The best thing you can do for yourself and the best thing you can do for him or her is to cut him or her off, right? Because what will happen is your life will be intoxicated by this negative person, and it would hurt you, not him, because he's gonna be negative. And for him to change your character, that will be even worse, because that's negative and positive don't make positive. It only creates more negative, right? So it's negative and negative creates positive, but in a life situation, that's not how it works. Maybe they have their own positive way of thinking, but it won't work with the positive person and the negative person. So cut ties immediately. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Thank you. Hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. That is a big number. Honestly, I never actually saw myself coming to this number, and you guys have actually inspired me a lot to actually keep going and making videos like this. So again, hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share the video to those who you think may need these laws as well, that you need to abide to, and hopefully this helped you as much as these laws have helped me. And I'll see you in the next video.